Alright, what is up you guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are reacting again to another sports history video because after that last one that we did where I think it was every single first overall draft pick in the NFL, I was very curious of what other videos he had on his channel, and I found this one. It's every single college football national championship, and it includes the Heisman Trophy winners from that year. So we will react to this, but before we get into this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We just surpassed, I think, either 200 subscribers or 250 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. Thank you guys so much. It really means a lot to me. So if you want to help me get to 300 subscribers, that would be very much appreciated. And also be sure to check out Sports History. If I remember, I will link his channel in the description below. This guy has some incredible videos, some very informative videos, and they're really just entertaining to watch. So if you like videos like this, or you want to see more without me giving my input or my commentary, be sure to show him some love in the description below. If I remember, that is. I probably won't, let's be honest. Other than that, though, let's get into every single college football national championship winner since whenever the national championship game was invented. Now, I know college football has been around for quite a while, way longer than the NFL, way longer than all these other football leagues. It's been around forever. I don't actually know when the first national championship game was, though, so this might be a bit of a longer video, but just like the first overall pick video, I will pause it after maybe a few and add my input if I do. Other than that, though, let's jump straight into this. All NCAA football champions by year from whenever it was first played up until current day, which, by the way, I don't think this will include Georgia and TCU. Georgia won. Caleb Williams from USC was the Heisman Trophy winner. But Georgia trounced TCU. I mean, TCU did not stand a chance. But anyways, let's get into it. So, here we go. 1869 was the first one. Winners were Princeton and Rutgers. Wow, look at Princeton. The Heisman Trophy wasn't even invented. Yale, Harvard. Why was the Ivy League so dominant back then? Yale, Princeton. So it was really just a battle between the Ivy League schools, and now here's another dual winner, Princeton and Yale. I don't even understand how there are two winners of the national championship game. Was it a tie? Look at all this Yale. More Princeton. More Yale. We don't even have somebody that won the original national championship game. It was Princeton and Rutgers that won the original game. But here we go, Harvard and Yale. We're now getting into the 1900s. It's just Ivy League domination at this point. Yale, Princeton, Harvard, Pennsylvania, fucking Penn is on this list. Lafayette, Louisiana Lafayette was on this list. There's another Harvard again. Yale. What is that? Michigan. Look at the old Michigan logo. Wow. Okay, so Michigan 4 times in a row. Michigan coming out with the win. Chicago. That's where Jay Berwanger played, and he was the first ever Heisman Trophy winner, and first overall pick. LSU. Look at the old LSU logo. That is crazy. Harvard and Pittsburgh. Penn State has never changed their logo. Penn State and Princeton. Penn State and Harvard. Harvard again. Army won it eventually. Cornell. Pitt again. Georgia Tech. This was back in the day. I do remember there being a story of Georgia Tech back in the early 1900s, late 1800s, early 1900s. Georgia Tech was like, they were way better than Alabama nowadays, way better than Georgia nowadays, way better than a lot of these big schools. If they played a smaller school, they would put up like 100 or 200 points, and they would completely shut them out. The scoreboard could not even hold all of the points that Georgia Tech was scoring. By the way, their mascot is the Yellow Jackets. But anyways, that doesn't have anything to do with it. And then I think whenever they played bigger schools, they still shut them out, but they only put up like 40 or 50 on them. Really amateur numbers for Georgia Tech. But no, seriously though, Georgia Tech was an absolute bully back then. And that team was so, I guess, unbeatable. It was unbearable. I'm surprised they only won one national title, it looks like. Maybe they won more in the future, but I think this was past their dominant days, so hey. I actually don't know whenever the Heisman Trophy winner, or the Heisman Trophy was invented. I'm guessing 1935, 1936, because that's whenever Jay Berwanger won it, and he was the first one. But let's see. 4 winners? Hold on, 4 winners? Who are they? Notre Dame, Texas A&M, Harvard, and what's that team on the top right? Illinois. It's Illinois. I can see it on the feathers. I don't know what you call that, what Native Americans wear. Native Indians, whatever you want to call them. I don't know what that feather thing they wear, but it says Illinois. Illinois' old logo was a Native American, a chief, if you will. So, also Cal won a national championship game in 1920. Look at the old Cal logo. How are there 4 winners of the championship game, though? That is absolutely, like, there's 3 different winners there. Illinois and Michigan splitting it again. There's Notre Dame. Alabama was actually good before Nick Saban. Alabama and Stanford. Yale and Illinois. There's Georgia Tech again. So Georgia Tech was actually somewhat good. There's USC. Look at the USC logo. Michigan. Look at the Michigan logo. I feel like I've seen that before, and it was not Michigan. There's Minnesota, and here we go. Here's the Heisman trophies. Jay Berwanger, Larry Kelly, Minnesota. Davey O'Brien was the quarterback for TCU the same year they won the championship game. So TCU has actually not won a championship since 1938. There's Ohio State. Took till 1942. Army again. Where's Navy? Navy or Air Force haven't won. Oh, here's the Notre Dame dynasty. Doak Walker. Yeah, I think he was a running back for SMU. Oklahoma. Look at the Oklahoma old logo. Michigan State hasn't changed. Maryland, holy crap, that Maryland logo is crazy. Oklahoma, Ohio State, and Auburn. Look at the Auburn logo. LSU, wait, hold up. LSU and Auburn just had the same logo, but different palette swaps. Okay, y'all are less imaginative than the fucking Cleveland Browns. What in the world is that? And look at Iowa's old logo, and that's a controversial one. The Syracuse logo coming up, very controversial. I'm not even going to say anything about it. Damn, look at Syracuse. Ole Miss Rebels. Isn't that Robert E. Lee? That's like a racist name or something like that. I don't know. Texas. Was that their first title? Arkansas won a title. That is very surprising. USC, Ohio State. O.J. Simpson won the Heisman Trophy. God damn it. Jim Plunkett. Nebraska, USC, Notre Dame, and Alabama. I will never understand how there are 2 Heisman Trophy winners. or 2 national championship winners in 1 year. Look at the Pitt logo. Look at the new Oklahoma logo. Oh my God. Alabama has not changed their logo since the 20s. There's Georgia. They changed their logo. Clemson has had their logo for a while. And Miami as well. They've had their logo for quite some time. BYU. Wow. That BYU logo. Oklahoma looks like Quick Trip. Oklahoma looks like some gas station. Notre Dame hasn't changed their logo, or Penn State. Colorado and Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech won another one. That's good to see. Look at Washington. Washington and Miami. Florida State. They haven't changed their logo. Alright, so Eddie George, Nebraska as well. Florida, Michigan, and Nebraska. This was back in the days whenever Nebraska was the team to beat. Alright, so winners are Oklahoma, but look at the Heisman Trophy winner, Chris Winkie. If you don't know about Chris Winkie, he was 28 years old whenever he won the Heisman Trophy. Yes, 28 years old, and he won the Heisman Trophy. He was a 29-year-old rookie. He was drafted in the 3rd round of the 2000 NFL Draft by the Panthers. He was a 29-year-old rookie. He didn't play that long in the NFL. I think he retired at like 33 or 34. But he played at Florida State. I think he won the national championship in 1999 with them. But that is crazy to think. Just wow. So we're getting into the USC dynasty of the early 2000s, I think, now, with Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart and Lindale White. Who else was on that team? What's his name? What's the wide receiver's name? Jarrett? Marcus Jarrett? I don't know. But, yeah. So we're going to get into the USC dynasty. Eric Crouch, Carson Palmer, who was a USC quarterback. LSU and USC. How? So USC. Reggie Bush. Hold on, look at this. The Texas Championship in 2005. That was one of the greatest national championship games of all time. I think it probably was one of the greatest football games of all time. Vince Young facing off with the high-powered USC Trojans team. But look at the Heisman Trophy winner, Reggie Bush. And it has a little star next to it, because Reggie Bush won the Heisman Trophy that year, but he got it revoked and taken away because he was accepting money or something like that. But they still do put Reggie Bush on there, but they give him a little star. So, and then Florida with Troy Smith. Reggie Bush was an electrifying player. Very good, very good. Alright, let's see who has Tim Tebow with the 2000 LSU Tigers. The 2007 season, I watched a video, I think by KTO, on it, and that season was so wild. I'm not even going to get into describing that season, but LSU, I think, was the first ever national champion with 2 losses. They were like 11-2 whenever they won the national championship that year. I don't think there was any team that year. I don't think there was any team since forever that won the national championship with more than 1 loss. So, yeah, that just proves how chaotic that season was. Alabama won with Mark Ingram. There's Cam Newton and the Auburn Tigers. Robert Griffin III in Alabama. Johnny Manziel in Alabama. Jameis Winston and the Florida Seminoles. Marcus Mariota, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Derrick Henry in Alabama. 2016. I don't know what it is about 2016, but that is one of my favorite college football seasons I've ever been alive for. And I was only 8 years old, but that season was so magical for me. I don't even know how to get into it. There were so many memorable players that played in 2016, so many memorable moments. Clemson winning that national championship game was absolutely incredible. That was just an amazing time to be alive. And overall, that was just an incredible season. And I absolutely loved it. There's Baker Mayfield in Alabama. Kyler Murray. There's Clemson winning another one. Joe Burrow and the 2019 LSU Tigers. I loved the 2019 LSU Tigers. I was in 6th grade. I already told the story the last video, but I'm going to tell it again. I was in 6th grade. I just moved into the new house, which is where we live now. And I don't know why, but the 2019 season was just so magical for me. And I loved watching LSU football that year. That team was so stacked. Joe Burrow, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Grant Delpit, Patrick Queen, Derek Stingley Jr. was only a freshman. Greedy Williams was on that team. I loved watching every single second of LSU football that year. And their coach, Ed Orgeron, is a fucking player. He gets more game than most of the people I know. So, I mean, there you go. There's Alabama and Devontae Smith, Bryce Young and Georgia. And yeah, that is it. So, oh no, don't do that. So guys, there we go. That is it. That is the video. This is a bit of a longer video. There's just a lot of talking points. But I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Go check out Sports History. And other than that, though, I will see y'all later. I hope that the rest of your day is the best of your day. As I quote Miles Dawkins 24/7. Bye-bye. I'm kind of tired. It's like 12.